What is going on, everyone? My name is UnderTheRadar, and welcome back to the Pokemon Draft World Cup. And this is game one. We're going up against Bill. He's one of the analysts for the PPL, so I've never really seen him, played him, know anything about his playstyle, aside from what I've seen and heard him talk about. And it seems like he likes to suggest a lot of memes, so that makes me scared. This, in general, is just a team that I think I have the best matchup against. Not because of the team itself, but just because I think Bill is a little bit less experienced than I am. It's no offense to him, it's just you have your experience levels, and I think that I have a little bit more experience than Bill, so I think I can take advantage of that a little bit. His team, if I remember correctly, give me 1 second and I'll actually pull it up for you guys. Okay, so that took a whole lot more than I was expecting it to, but there is, in fact, the team that he has. Nidoking, Scrummy, Rotom Wash, Sneasel, Sawk, Alakazam, and Mega Audino. So, the first thing that I knew I wanted to bring, oh my god, Showdown quit, was going to be Swords Dance, Drapion. I can set up on Mega Audino and I can Poison Jab its face off. I can Pursuit the Alakazam. I can knock off things like the Nidoking to make it a lot weaker since I do naturally outspeed it. As you can see, I'm running just enough speed for said Nidoking. And I'm also, I believe that's Nidoking. I'm also making sure that I'm able to beat certain things 1v1, like Skarmory. I can knock off its Rocky Helmet, I can set up enough, and I believe I do actually beat a 1v1 with knockoff, and that's really cool. If I don't, I have a lot of answers to it, judging by the team that you just see in front of your face. I have enough right here with just this not Zebo here. Shout out to Schady, who always names his Skuntanks with the same typing Zebo, so it's not Zebo. I have enough to do a lot of damage to his team, pretty much. The only thing he can really do to destroy me is Nidoking, which is really cool. I'm also rocking an Assault Vest Heliolisk this week. It's mainly there because I can nuke things like the Rotom Wash. I can hurt his whatchamacallit, Skarmory. I can also hurt his Nidoking with Surf, because if he specially cannot Okomi with a thing. Earth Power, that's what I was thinking. And I can run Modest here because I have enough speed to outspeed. I believe it is, man, 296. Max Speed Sawk. I think that's what it is. Max Speed Sawk. So I can do a lot of damage to it that way, and I can be pretty happy. I'm bringing Megalodios. I'm bringing a very bulky, very speedy-ish one with Psychic, Thunderbolt, Recover, and Hidden Power Fighting. His only switch into Psychic is Sneasel. I mean, it could also be Skarmory, but then I have Thunderbolt for that, so I'm hoping to make a very pro read and just predict Sneasel right away. It is what it is. If I don't predict it, I don't predict it, but that is also enough speed to, I believe, outspeed Sawk and destroy with a Psychic unless he's, like, Scarfed. Even then, he can't do a whole lot to me, aside from knock off an Ice Punch, which I still can live one and Psychic the hell out of it. I'm bringing a very specially defensive Metal Sound Toxic Magnet Rise Flash Cannon. Klefki. This was probably the weakest set of the bring for this game, just because I was originally thinking I can use it to weaken the Nidoking, and I can Magnet Rise up, and he can't hit me with Earth Power, but he can still hit me with Flamethrower, so that's probably the worst part of it. But I can Metal Sound a lot of things, put a lot of things in range of Psychic or Hyper Voice with just Metal Sound Toxic alone. Flash Cannon is there just because of Sneasel. I can hurt it, and I believe this is my main switch into Alakazam as well. Next we have Choice Scarf, Darmanitan, U-Turn, Flare Blitz. I only brought 2 moves to this entire game. Yes, I'm dead serious. I don't need anything else. Like, what would I possibly run for anything else on his team? Nothing. I don't want to stay in on Rotom Wash, so I U-Turn on it. Flare Blitz for Nidoking and Skarmory, Sneasel, Sawk, Alakazam, Mega Audino. So I only brought 2 moves. Don't regret it whatsoever. It was still a great choice, in my opinion. At least I'm pretty sure I did. I don't think Showdown deleted them. I'm like 95% positive I only brought 2 moves. But then the last mon, of course, is going to be my Gligar. I'm running Taunt, Stealth Rock, U-Turn, and Earthquake. Taunt is there mainly for Mega Autono. I can Stealth Rock on it, I can U-Turn on it, and then I can go into this thing. I can click Toxic, and I can go back into this thing and taunt it so I can't heal up and I can destroy it. This is also my main switch into Stalk because it's very threatening. I can Earthquake it, break it sturdy, and be very happy, but this is pretty much a team. Very simple. I'm not going super in depth for a lot of this, but let's go ahead and hop over to the replay. Okay, so I realize that my face cam is over top of the little thingy thing, but I don't really care at this point in time. So judging by the team he brought, he did not bring Mega Autono. I think that was kind of a misplay on his part because now he has absolutely nothing to switch into Mega Autono to Mega Latios. He also has nothing to switch into Heliolisk at all, so that's really cool. He went for a very hyper offensive team, and pretty much my best lead is Gligar in my opinion. This game was played a long ass time ago, so hopefully I remember everything I did. Let's just go ahead and click play. We're gonna go to normal. I think actually I let off with Klefki so I could set up a Toxic on certain stuff. So I did Toxic the Rotom Wash right away. He did Thunder Wave me. Whatever. Probably would have preferred Will-O-Wisp, but now this thing is going to be extremely weakened. I do miss a Metal Sound, which isn't the end of the world, because he Volt Switched out right away anyway. It's not like it mattered quite literally at all. So now he's going to go into his Nidoking, and I could go for a Magnet Rise right here, but I think my best play is just to go right into my Mega Latios. He did click Flamethrower, expecting the Magnet Rise, and now that I have this thing in, I'm going to make the manliest of man plays, right? I had this thing in against a Nidoking. I could have clicked Psychic, destroy the Nidoking, but what do I do instead? I click the Hidden Power Fighting, and I absolutely blow back Sneasel. Right away, instantly, now I just win with Mega Latios. Like, he has nothing for it. So right here, I'm going to go and switch out into my Gligar, I believe, as he clicks Ice Punch. I believe that's what happens, yep. And it does 50% evenly, he gets the freeze. So I don't get Rocks up right away, but it's like, whatever. So he clicks Ice Punch again, and right here, I'm actually going to go for the Toxic, I believe, and he goes for the Fire Punch. It does a crap ton of damage. No, I went for the Flash Cannon, that's right. And right here, I think I go for the Toxic. Wanted to break the Sturdy. Yeah. And he has Lumberry, so he's not even Scarfed, so instantly I know that I can get 2 kills right off the bat with Psychic with Mega Latios, so that's awesome. So I do just go directly into my Mega Latios, and I can click Psychic and kill this thing. That's awesome. So now he's down 2 really big offensive threats, and he goes right into his Rotom. He can't really touch me, but I do just decide to switch out, and I sack off my Gligar, prevent the Volt Switch. And hopefully I can get a Thaw and get at my rocks. Like, that'd be really nice. He goes for the Hydro Pump and just kills me, so whatever. Not the end of the world. I didn't run any speed, and that was kind of sort of a bad prep on my part. So right here, I just go into my Heliolisk. I can click Thunderbolt or I can click Hyper Voice, and I do a lot of damage to this thing. I probably should have clicked Thunderbolt right there, so that way I could hurt the Skarmory, but I'm Assault Vest. Didn't matter in the end. So I can go ahead and I can click Hyper Voice again and kill off his Rotom, and now I don't understand what he's going to do against Mega Latios. I just don't understand. So I do just stay in here with my Heliolisk, and I get hit with an Ice Beam, revealing that he is Scarfed. I click Surf and kill this thing, and now what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to stay in again because I live an Ice Beam, and I get to click Surf again, and I get to kill the Nidoking. So now it just comes down to how long it takes me to kill the Alakazam. So right here I'm going to go back into not Zebo, force in the Skarmory, which I do, which is awesome. And I'm going to click Knock Off, get rid of whatever item it has, if it has leftovers, Custat Berry, Rocky Helmet, whatever. And he's going to set up his rocks. I mean, cool, but it's not the end of the world. So right here he is going to set up a layer of spikes. Again, not the end of the world. Nothing he's going to do is going to be able to completely one-shot my Darmanitan on entry. So as long as I break the Focus Sash on that Alakazam, I'll be good to go. I go over to the second Thunderbolt and I kill out the Skarmory. Not the end of the world. So Shadow Ball is a tiny bit of a roll. Like, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the exact calc was like, I think it did 61% max. So it's a tiny bit of a roll, and he's going to go for the Shadow Ball, and it's going to do hardly anything. And I just go and click Thunderbolt, and now he's definitely in range of a U-turn from my Darmanitan or Flare Blitz. Didn't really matter which. So I go into my Drapion just to see what he's going to do, because I still have the game 1 with Darmanitan. He's going to go for the Hidden Power Ground. He does not get the kill, and I go for the knockoff, and I get the win. Game 1 against Bill, I win 2-0 with Mega Latios being awesome. it is what it is. I think he just misplayed a little bit by not bringing Mega Audino, and I think Mega Latios just put in a lot of work once his one check was out of the way. I think in 7-mon leagues, Mega Latios has broken because, as you saw, he had one check to it, and that was Sneasel. One good prediction, his check was gone. Like, that's kind of something that I think needs to be addressed in future seasons of this, if they have it. But that is pretty much the end of the game right there. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure you leave a like down below. Also, make sure you go check out the rest of the games of the season, because this is a lot of fun. Absolutely love this stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.